and gentlemen, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my shop. My name's Keith and I'm your host. This is going to be a new video. We've got a pretty good chunk of high strength ductile or high impact ductile iron here. We're giving it some face right now and we're almost ready to start poking a bore in the counter bore on this side here. The item we're going to be duplicating is this coupling, but it needs to be 4 inches longer. Alright, so let's get on with the project. Okay, we've taken a couple cuts across the face here just to get rid of some of the length. We still are plus on the length, but we're going to go ahead and start the counter bore on this side, which is the coupling face side, and it has a register and it has a relief where the hold down plate holds the coupling onto the shaft. And the shaft is a taper fit, so that bore is going to be a taper bore and a keyway in there. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to just put a little starter hole in here so that we're got one that doesn't wobble. Then we're going to step drill it on out. I think we're going to rough it out to about 2 inches, at least half the depth of this slug, and we'll come in from the other side once we turn it around. Because we're going to want to put a center in the other end so that we can hold it while we hog off some of that bulk on that outside on the small end of this thing. Alright, change it out and we'll put a Morse taper bit in here. Okay, this is just like 29/32. Just a good bit to come in here, get us a hole down into the middle of there. Alright, clear off our deck here. I'm getting a little too many things on it. I just hand sharpened this on the Wilton there, so see how well we did. It looks pretty uniform. Alright, I'm going to probably speed this up just a little bit. There we go. It'll just make the drilling a little faster. Alright, this is going to take us some time to get on down to the bottom here of this bit. Oh. Uh-huh. You already smoked out that bit. Regroup. Okay, we just swapped out to another bit. This actually has a little bit more helix in the flutes there, and maybe a little better quality drill bit. I grabbed the other one because it just had a little bit longer on the length there, but that's alright. We'll be able to get where we need to go with this one here. Put our 2 inch in here. We slowed down the speed a little bit. We put a flat on the edge of this flute here to help control the grabbing. That's pulling just a little bit over a half an inch per side off of there. That's pretty good. pretty good flakes coming off of there. Rolled up real small. Alright, our first cut in with the boring bar. We dialed it in 100 thousandths per side, and we have our zero stopped at 5 inch on the depth. 5 inches about the depth we need to make this bore here, the counter bore, the rough counter bore. Okay, we're coming down to our bottom here. Another 100 thousandths. Alright, should be there. Yep, there it is. Okay. Alright, another 100 thousandths. We're probably within about 50 thousandths of that bore, and the depth within 100 thousandths. Now we have a relief here which actually registers the coupling on the back of the gear on the engine, off the engine there. That's normally 5.5, okay, so that would be basically out from that is about 1.125 inches from the bore out is the radius. So we can gauge that with our scale. And also by setting 0 on the way out, we got that pretty well in position there. All right, 1/4 inch on the depth there, so we can go ahead and we can take that in. We'll take it in 50 thousandths to start. All right. Now we're just gonna feed outward. Alright, that's about 800 there. Okay, let's see what we got there. Okay, that's 1 inch right there. And we're not gonna worry about, well, the whole thing is supposed to be 5.5 here. We're about 5 1/8. We can come out another 100. Okay, there's our 0. All right. Now we're gonna come out another 50. I'm just hogging this by hand. My machine's a little smoother than that, but alright, another one. Got a D&MP here, and we're going to just break those 3 edges right there. Just so they're not real sharp. Actually, I only have to do the 2 inside ones here because we're going to turn that outside real quick. Okay, just so they're not sharp. Alright, let's gear up. We're going to take a skim cut on the outside of this now. Okay, this diameter here is about 8 3/16 or so. Better than 8 1/8. This diameter finishes off at 8 inches. So, oh, just the light. Alright. This will just a light skim on here until we get 8 inches round. We're going to leave it slightly over because we want to dress it. We're going to be chucking on it. We'll probably put chuck marks on it and stuff like that. So just a little bit over 8 inches what we want to finish that up to. So it's not really going to be a real big hogging cut here. So we're going to touch off. And I'm going to take 25. Gonna take a look at that. I think we lost the edge on the bit there. Yeah, she's. Oh. Actually, you know what we're doing? We don't have it on center because we forgot our little block. Where's our little block? Okay, our little block right here goes underneath here, like that. Now we're on center. Okay, let's see how she acts now. Crisper, okay. I like that, a little crisper. Okay, here we go with the 25 again. Making sure you're on center or the right side of center makes a big difference on your cutting. You can't push the material off on the end of your tool, on your end of your tool bit or insert. You have to use the top side. We're done with this outside and we kiss this chamfer here, and we just lost our rag here. Dropping down inside. Got to get. I'd rather have them outside here. It's easier than catching them out of that first pit. There we go. Okay, we're gonna sweep them down and regroup and pull a few out of our hand here. Okay. And we'll dig that magnet out. If you can, always make sure you wrap your magnet with the rag that you got so that the chips stay on the outside. Saves this little process right here. Okay, we vacuumed up our top side here because we're getting ready to pull the slug out. We're going to turn it around and get it chucked up on this end here. This is where your bulk of the material is going to come off the OD, a little on the face, and then we're going to do the pilot for the bore. This is relief for the retainer for the keeper plate that holds the taper on, and then this is a register here, and then your bolt pattern will come in out here. Alright, so we're all roughed out on this end.